Well, hey everyone, thanks for being here tonight on our Healthy Hustle. Welcome back. We are on the second episode of our four-part series of light harvesting pigments, and we have Dr. Jeffrey Bruno with us again to continue the conversation. A little bit about Dr. Bruno. He's a licensed clinical psychologist and integrative mental health specialist. He's the author of Eat Light and Feel Bright and is a pioneer in the emerging field of nutritional psychology. He's conducted research on cognitive, emotional, and behavioral benefits of eating organic wild microalgae in children. And moreover, he's worked with hundreds of children diagnosed with ADHD using a combined AFA microalgae and Feingold dietary intervention. A scientist, a clinician, and an evolutionary thinker, Dr. Bruno is passionate about the health benefits of microalgae. Dr. Bruno, thanks so much for being here with us to continue the conversation.
I look forward to it.
Awesome. So last week we talked about light harvesting pigments in general and all the wonderful health benefits that they come with. But there are a few specific pigments that are present in our organic wild microalgae, one of them being phycocyanin, followed by chlorophyll and beta-carotene. So let's just take these on one by one and start with phycocyanin. Can you chat a little bit about what makes phycocyanin so special and the benefits that it brings in regards to our health?
Sure. Phycocyanin is a protein molecule that comes from a larger family of phycobiliproteins, and is considered an accessory molecule to chlorophyll. Just to describe what an accessory molecule is that as sunlight is captured in photosynthesis, chlorophyll tends to be one of the main pigments that captures sunlight. It was, in fact, it first evolved in cyanobacteria. The blue-green algae was the only time that chlorophyll has really appeared on the planet. In every other plant, including land plants, has evolved from that early microalgae kind of, you could say, invention, discovery of chlorophyll. But to be able to capture the wider range of light frequencies, photon frequencies, different colored pigments were brought into the picture so that it could capture the widest range of light. And so phycocyanin cyanin is blue, meaning for the blue color, and phyco is kind of plant, although in this case we're talking about something earlier than plants, microalgae, is this a beautiful ocean-like blue-colored pigment. And so all of the phycobiliproteins, which phycocyanin is a part of, are water-soluble proteins, found and what's unique about that means it can be easily dissolved. So you can easily take in phycocyanin because it's water soluble, unlike carotene, which is a fat soluble light pigment. And so it has a number of different properties. Again, research has shown that phycocyanin can help regulate the body's immune system. It can help with promoting cellular regeneration. It has antioxidant effects, and has been even shown in cosmetics when it's applied topically to reduce bruises caused by blood leaking into the tissue. So it's actually an ingredient oftentimes used in cosmetics as well as food for its health promoting properties.
Well, that's fascinating. I had no idea that it was actually, used topically in that nature. So basically it's water soluble, so it's easy for our body to utilize. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And then it comes with a whole host of benefits, of course, the antioxidant properties that you mentioned. Now, did you say something about that it works in conjunction with chlorophyll?
Well, it does in terms of capturing the wavelengths of light. The accessory pigment molecules like phycocyanin and phycoerythrin will actually capture different waves of light and then channel it to the main photosynthetic apparatus, which includes chlorophyll. And so it's an extra antenna. It's a little extra light sensitive antenna that captures a wider range of light and sends it to the cell, so it picks up extra wavelengths.
Okay, awesome. So,
and one of the differences, we're going to be talking about carotenoids later, but carotenoids happen within the cell membrane. Phycocyanin and these other phycobilins are on the outside of the cell membrane. And so they're considered kind of an antenna apparatus, is another kind of distinction to that.
So is that why now during our previous conversation, you talked about, you want to eat the rainbow, you want to eat all these different colors. Is that because all these different phytopigments are working together in their own unique way?
They do. Each of the phytopigments capture different wavelengths of light, and different wavelengths of light also have different impacts on the body that we're only now starting to discover. The phycocyanin is the most researched of all of the microalgae pigments. And so there's just a lot, literally hundreds and hundreds of studies showing the health benefits of phycocyanin. And it really has some, it's one of the most powerful antioxidants, so it really can bring down inflammation. And it can even help with cellular repair when there's been DNA damage. But so each of the pigments have their own property. What's unique about Wild Mind and Wild Body, the AFA microalgae, is that in addition to phycocyanin, the blue pigment that's found in all microalgae, AFA has a violet pigment that isn't found in spirulina, isn't found in chlorella, is unique only to AFA microalgae. And just as an example, that violet pigment is actually a dopamine enhancer, and it can actually support brain function in a way that some of the other microalgae doesn't. And so that's just an example of how each of these colorful pigments have their kind of own unique contribution to supporting health.
Oh, that's amazing. I would never think to dive down that far, into food, but it's so cool when you do and diagnose how these different light harvesting pigments and other nutrients really impact the body. So that's phycocyanin for us today. We're going to continue this conversation with Dr. Bruno, and we're going to talk about beta carotene and chlorophyll on the next couple episodes. Dr. Bruno, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate your time. And just the wealth of knowledge that you're sharing with us.
You're welcome. One of the things I just want to add to the phycocyanin, because we went by so quick here, is it also functions as a protein. So almost 40% of the phycocyanin molecule has all the essential amino acids, and so it also provides some of that protein benefit. It's almost like a collagen protein, and that's one of the reasons it's been used in skin topical ingredients, cosmetics. It actually supports tissue, and when you take it internal, it actually supports tissue building and growth as well, healthy tissue growth.
That's wonderful, because today it seems like so many people are looking for collagen, especially as we age, for that tighter, healthy skin. So phycocyanin helps with that then.
Yes, internally and externally.
That's a wonderful bonus there for our audience. All right. Thank you, Dr. Bruno. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.